Detailed explanations and expectations of each heading. So the headings are abstract, introduction, methods, results, discussion, conclusion, and works cited. Don't put numbers in front of them or anything like that. Those are literally the headings, and underneath you might have subheadings. This is not an essay. Do not write it like an essay. Do not write paragraph form the same way you're thinking of right now. Think of it more as a science based research write up. Okay. The title page wasn't, as you heard, was not a heading. If you go to the blue underlines, there's more help for it. If you need to email me 6 times every day, do it. Don't feel bad. What that means is that I need to clarify things on here for the future. Okay, so I'll clarify for you, and then I'll come here and I'll edit. So you are making me better by emailing me. Use the Outlook, please, not your Brightspace when you email me. Okay. Anyway, so abstract. It is not a typical paragraph. It's going to look a little crunchy. Take a look at my example. You cannot write the abstract until the end because it requires a sentence from the discussion. So again, I'm not going to read every single thing, but this here tells you what it is, and then I give you a how to do it. Okay, for the most part. Some of them are pretty easy. So you can't write this one until the end, and you have to make sure it's one paragraph. You can't make a whole an essay about your research paper. Okay, because when people look at your stuff, they want to know if it's going to be worth looking further into your report. Because if they see something that they don't need, they'll move on. Okay, so here we go. Introduction is the first thing you'll be writing, and you have almost all of this information already done. So you write the word introduction. You write the word purpose as subheadings. You already wrote your purpose. You take a look at the feedback if there is any needed on the discussion where you posted this for me to see. All right, so purpose, duh. Research question, and hypothesis. So write it all in heading form, starting with this little paragraph. Okay, so that could be your first paragraph, and then write your headings underneath, or the other way around. You can just make sure it just makes sense for you, and it's 1 page max. Okay, maximum means don't go more than that. There's no exceptions to the length of this report, by the way. So don't call me and say, I have 3 pages instead of 2 for the method, and what can I do about it? What you can do about it is make it shorter. This one you do, because of what I just said, you can leave the spacing the way you see it, because you can totally like copy this part right here and answer the questions according to your report. So the sample size, you didn't get 100. I know you didn't. Someone was barely getting 50. I think that was the highest I heard. And let's say you got 10. Okay. We're going to explain that in your discussion, why a sample size matters. My goal was to get 100 for you, but it didn't happen. So we can't beat ourselves up about this. If we were doing this for real, or if I'm doing this again the next time I teach the class, I've learned so much already, by the way. I'm going to make sure that I set the assignment, like the actual creation of the survey, like in October. So then you have months to get to 100. Okay, that kind of thing. So it's not my fault, but I'm just sharing with you the timing can be a little bit can be improved. Okay, so that's how we get from one heading to another. So right, sample size, you might only have 15, 16. Oops, you might only have 16 people. Okay, accept it, understand that you're not losing marks, and move on. So the age group, you're going to see in your results of, if you go into the second tab of the form, Google form, you'll see how the age group. So we you might have had 16-year-olds, maybe only grade 12s, 17, 18-year-olds, up to your grandparents. I don't know how old they are, but they could be older. So the age range between those that have provided a survey for you, that is where you get that information. Gender, female, male, whatever gender you have assumed, or you can just write all, okay? All genders. That would be an acceptable answer. Location and province, so you write Ontario, comma, other places. Typically, you do the one that has the most. So let's say you have 8 people in Ontario and 2 people in Quebec. Do Ontario and then comma Quebec. All right, I'm not going to go through every single thing here. But it is that easy. Do you see how easy that was? We're almost done. Characteristics of the sample size. Look at that. Locations. So one that's the biggest first, Barrie, Ottawa, etc. Okay. Recruitment. Just read that and fix it to what is yours. This here is you're writing your survey questions out. So open question about, closed question stating. So you're making sure that you have your survey questions there. Data collection, how it worked. Data analysis. Okay, so now you're going to discuss how you're going to analyze the results. And those are in the results. So 2 to 5 pages, this is actually the biggest part. 2 to 5 pages, meaning your graphs and figures have to be big. I don't want a little tiny one in here. Okay, I'm getting older. I use glasses, but if you do this tiny, it's not going to tell me or show me anything. So don't make them small. All right, there's a lot of explanation on what to do and what not to do and how to do it. Okay, so this is only results. You do not explain and do not put extra research on it. In Google form and in the Microsoft form, there's a second tab where it shows you the results, and you can actually copy those graphs and use them into your results. Okay, it came right from your. Like, you don't even have to make things. If you want to change it, use Excel or Google Sheets and make your results what you needed from the surveys that you got. Okay, don't explain anything in here. This is where you explain everything. It's still small, but this is the explaining of your summary of your findings, recommendations for improving the survey, and separate thoughts for each heading if there's other things you want to talk about. All right. So you're discussing the results that you found from each thing. You've labeled them properly. So you can say in graph 1, comma, when you're talking the discussion, you do not have to put the graph in again. We're going to go back to the results to actually see those graphs and whatnot. All right. And then your conclusion is literally going back to the beginning, and you're answering these questions based on the survey answers. Okay. So did you get what you needed? Was your hypothesis correct? If it's not correct, it's not correct. You don't have to be correct. This is science, reality. All right. If it didn't come out the way you did, the next time it will. The next time it might. Okay. The next time. It's always about the next time, improving and getting better. So discuss these things that you learned in your paper, in your results. Sorry. And then the works cited here, it's underlined in blue. You have to make sure you do this good. I already told you how much it's worth. Make sure that you do it properly. Make sure you have dates. If you don't find a date on the website, make sure that you send it to me. I can't find a date, Biddy. Help me, please. And don't say sorry. If you say sorry, I'm going to say something funny like, the goat flies high at midnight, and then you're going to have to answer again. I don't know. I'm just being silly. I just want you to know that you're safe answering, being any question that you have is going to be answered by me. Okay. All right. So, alphabetical order by author, you have to check the correct format. There's some people still doing it wrong after all this time. I'm getting a little frustrated with the works cited. This is an easy thing for me to mark, and it's also the hardest thing to do perfectly. If I see one little mistake, it'll go down to 95%. If you're doing one thing constantly wrong, you're approaching, you're still not doing it right. So it goes right down to 68%. You have to do it right in order for it to be to expect those marks to be really high, especially in a report. It's cut and dry. You can't do it wrong. Okay. So I hope that helps. Just trust the process. Do exactly as it says. Don't do anything extra. Don't write me an essay, paragraph style, or anything like that. Write it and ask me questions, as many as you need. Okay, I'm here for you. We're almost done.